Hello and welcome to Comic Cap. Today I'm going to be doing a pressing video, and if you haven't watched my other pressing videos, I would recommend watching them first because there's a lot of steps that I cover in that I do not cover in this one. So let me know what you think. Hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. Thank you. Okay, so I know I've done pressing videos in the past of different books, but they were kind of garbage books, so to speak, just for tutorial type purposes. Today, I am actually going to do a semi-key. I'm going to do the First Legion, New Mutants number 26. I bought this book on eBay for, it was actually $5 for this and two other New Mutants that were non-key. Like $3.80 shipping, so total cost me like $9 for 3 books. Didn't really expect much of it. Got it. I was like, all right, this isn't that bad. In the condition it's in, probably 5060 book. Reason being, I never owned this book before, so I don't know, but it looks like there's some staining there. It might be part of the cover, I don't know. But if you look closely here, hard to see with the glare, it looks like somebody had a piece of paper on top of this book and was writing something, so you can see the indentations from the writing on the actual cover. And there's also a non-color breaking crease on the corner here. A little bit of a fold on that corner. So I am going to steam this book and press it. I'm actually going to steam a key book and press it before your eyes. So stay tuned. Hope you like what I'm about to show you. Okay, so first thing I do is obviously make sure my surface is clean. I'm putting the book on. I don't want there to be any type of debris, smudges. I mean, even a little dot, if you press the book on it or something, it's going to leave an indentation, so make sure your work area is clean. And then I always start by putting a backer right on the staples, not smushing the staples, but right on the staples, kind of just resting up against it. Now with this book, I'm only going to steam the cover because the back is pretty solid. A couple little wave marks in the top here, but I think those are going to come out on their own from the pressing. However, the front, it's hard to see, but it looks like somebody wrote 2016 across here, not in ink, but like I said, like a piece of paper on top of the book. So you see that, and I'm hoping to get that little crease out of the corner and that little non-color bracing crease on the bottom. So, steaming, I like to try to hold the book this way so I don't burn myself. And obviously I'm using distilled water, not the bottle where you see in the background. Try not to burn myself like I normally do. So if the cover starts to curl a little bit, that is totally normal. That's what happens with the steaming process. All right. So then obviously this top corner, I'm going to kind of have to help along a little bit with my finger just to kind of get it back to the way it's supposed to be. And now I start the press with a backer board on the bottom. Backer board on the bottom. I am using the dreaded crisscross sheets just because the silicone parchment paper I feel shrinks, and sometimes it shrinks the book with it. So I'm not using those today or probably ever again, unless I'm doing maybe a modern book that's a non-pulp book. But the pulp books, I actually do use these crisscross sheets. They're not big crisscross sheets. They're very, very fine. So I do not have a problem with them leaving marks in the covers. I know some people do, and some people say don't use them. I still like using them. I think they give me better results than the silicone parchment sheets. So get that square, Now I already preheated this to 160, which a lot of people say is a little too hot, but I'm only going to leave it in for probably between 10 and 15 minutes. And then since I don't have a cooling press, I am going to leave this in overnight so it doesn't revert back to normal. So you see what kind of pressure we got. Hair too tight, back it off, clamp it down. Now I'm going to let this sit, and I'm going to obviously circle back tomorrow, and after 15 minutes of heat and then probably good 12 hours of non-heat, I am going to take the book out, see what it looks like, see if I need to steam and press it again, but we'll see that in a few minutes for you and about 12 hours for me. Alright, so after I steamed and pressed it and left it in the press for overnight, I took it out, and it's definitely better, but still not happy with it. I wish you guys could see it. I'm trying to find it. See that 2 right there? It looks like somebody wrote on something. And then on this corner, there's also a non-color breaking crease right here. So what I'm going to do next is, I don't typically like to do this because sometimes you get a line in the cover, but I put a backer board on the inside of the cover. This way it presses the cover better. But the problem with this is sometimes after you press it, you'll get all these imperfections out, and then you have to press it again to get the line that runs along the spine. I'm hoping I don't have to do that, but if I have to, I'll have to press it a 3rd time. I've done it before, I'll do it again, but just wanted to kind of explain the method to my madness, that I don't typically like putting a backer board right inside the cover for that main reason, that you do get a line that runs right here. But I'm hoping to steam and press it with heat for like 15 minutes and then only leave it in the press maybe, I don't know, 6-8 hours, see what it looks like, and take it from there. So try number 2. I'm going to steam it and get it back in. Back in the press. Bear with me. Take 2. See what it looks like in the morning. Okay, so a day later, and it is out, and as you can see, that 2 is almost gone. It is slightly there. Color breaking crease in the corner is same. It's still kind of see it a tiny bit, but it is gone. This corner looks almost as good as new. So I'm gonna kind of leave this book be. Oh, by the way, I did not have to press it a 2nd time. It did not leave a line, like I explained earlier. Got lucky. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Usually with the pulp books, the old books, they give a little more, and they don't always do it. New books, forget it. I would have had to definitely press it a 2nd time. So I'm happy with it for the moment, considering I've got the book for $5. If I do decide to send this out to grading, I probably will press it one more time just to really get that out probably completely, because I still see it a tiny bit. It's hard to see on the camera. So it's as close as it can be at the moment, but I do think I can get a tiny bit better. Even still, though, it's probably an 8.0 book at best, and I don't even know if it's worth sending out to get graded. The only thing is, I don't own this book. This is the first time I own it, and I do like to have my first appearances graded, so I might just send it in anyway, even though it might not necessarily be anything of value. We'll see the next couple rounds of submissions I send in. So hope you liked the video. If you guys have any questions on pressing stuff I do, listen, I'm not a professional. I'm not trying to say I am, but I have pressed, God, I don't know, 60 books so far. Trial and error. You know, you get a press, start out with a garbage book, play with it, see how it comes out. Play with the heat, play with the pressure, play with the steam, play with different configurations of Teflon sheets and backer boards. You'll be surprised if you see the backer board sticking to the cover. Probably a bad idea. That's why they make those Teflon sheets and those crisscross sheets. The crisscross sheets I do use, by the way, aren't crisscross. They're very, very, very fine. This is my favorite. I don't really like the silicone parchment paper because it does shrink and causing the paper that it's with to shrink with it. So sorry to run on about it, but you know, pressing is not a perfect science. So let me know what you think. Please, please, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm pretty excited that I got 60 subscribers. I'd like to see it keep growing. I never imagined I would even get that, so it's pretty cool to see. So thank you again. See you next time.